Welcome to solverfy.
In this problem, we have three statements. The first one is 3x plus 2 is even. Our next one is x plus 5 is odd. And finally, x squared is even. And we want to show these are all equivalent. So let's start with our first one. 3x plus 2 is even. So let's consider if x is even or odd here. So let's start with x is odd. Well, then that means that x is equal to 2k plus 1 for some integer k. Well, then that would mean that 3 times 2k plus 1 plus 2, this is the same thing as 6k plus 3 plus 2, which is 5. And so we can see here that if we factor out a 2, we can get 2 times 3k plus 4 plus 1. And so this shows that it's an odd number, but we wanted it to be even. So our assumption that x is odd has to be wrong. So that means x is actually even. And so from this part, we get x is an even number. And now let's see what happens when we get to x plus 5 if we know that x is even. Well, let's assume that x is odd. So that means that x is equal to 2k plus 1 for some k. So then our x plus 5 is the same thing as 2k plus 1 plus 5, which is 2k plus 6, which is the same thing as 2 times k plus 3. And so this shows that x plus 5 is an even number, but we're told that it's an odd number. So our assumption that x is odd is again wrong. That means x is even. And so before we figured out x is even, now we also showed x is even. So those are equivalent. Now we can do the same thing for the last one. Let's say that x is odd. So then x equals 2k plus 1 for some integer k. So that means x squared is 2k plus 1 squared, which is the same thing as 4k squared plus 4k plus 1, which is the same thing as, let's pull out a 2. 2 times 2k squared plus, oh sorry, earlier that was supposed to be a k, not an x, plus 2k plus 1. So we have 2 times an integer plus 1, which means that x squared is odd. But we're told that x is even, so that means our assumption that x is odd is wrong, which means x is actually even. And so this shows that these are equivalent.